someone just hear a KTM trying to start up? Hey everyone, look, I just making this little video to introduce you to the channel and try and give a bit of a description about what it potentially could be about, but you know, like all these things, it could go in any direction. The basis of the whole thing is just about older people who still ride motocross, enduros, trail bikes, dirt track, whatever, mostly motorcycles in the dirt, but I'm happy to talk about any kind of motorcycle. But yeah, look, that's really just the basis of what I'm trying to do here. The other main thing that it'll be about rebuilding bikes, and that's what I hope to be able to do. You know, obviously to do that I'm gonna need to build the channel up to where it can make a little bit of income, and that we can, you know, put a bike together and make something out of it. So that's another concept. I mean, there are people out there doing you know, work like that, but yeah, I just show you mine, show you what I've been doing. There's already a couple of you know, not too in-depth videos of the two bikes that I've just done recently. I've done quite a few bikes over my time, especially vintage back in the day, like over, you know, maybe 25-30 years ago. Yeah, building vintage motocross bikes, which were, you know, pre-75 class and all that sort of stuff. So I have been out of the sport since around 2004, and last year one of my other interests has been photography. I picked up the camera and went to the local motocross track and started taking photos, and I'm trying to learn, you know, a bit of sports photography, etc. That's going pretty good. I'm pretty happy with my progress on that, and but obviously, you know, that reignites something inside you, and it did. I saw this bike on the marketplace for, oh my god, I think he was asking like $1,200 for it. I went and had a look at it. I was sort of prepared to probably go to $1,000, but I went and had a look at it. It was actually pretty good nick. The motor was out, it was seized. Didn't know why or how as such without, you know, close investigation. So, but I looked at the actual chassis of the bike, and it wasn't too bad, like, you know, considering. And anyway, I thought, well, you know, it's going to need a bit of work. I tried a offer of 800, and he wasn't going to accept it, and I said, yeah, no worries, and I went to walk away, because that was my thing. It's like, you know, if you're not going to take what I'm willing to pay, then I'll just walk. Yeah, got halfway back to the car and he's like, okay. So yeah, anyway, I got it. I spent a lot of time and a fair bit of money on like rebuilding it. I wouldn't say a restoration, but just making it good, and it came up pretty well. Yeah, one of the good things about it was I just cleaned up all the original plastics, so they were all in pretty good nick. But it came up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the result. There's a video on there sort of explaining it. If you want to have a look at that, cool. But yeah, look, that's the basic direction or introduction to what's going to go on here. I have some other ideas, but I think we'll just leave it at that at the moment. I'm going to document my journey back onto the bike. I've ridden it once last year. I've got a work situation where I can't really, because of my own business, I can't really afford to be hurt, so I have to take it a bit careful. But yeah, look, I took the bike out last year and I rode it. I was happy with it, felt comfortable. The big takeaway from that is like, wow, how much your body doesn't move like it used to, you know, like that was the big takeaway. So I'm going to, you know, and I have already started doing a little bit of light exercise, and especially stretches and twisting and turning, and just trying to get that fluid mobility back in a few joints, especially you know, around the hips and legs up, and that I'm not too bad. With my job I do a lot of walking, so I feel that the bottom end was okay, but can do with, you know, being able to move your legs up a little bit higher and all that sort of stuff, which in the long term is not gonna hurt for doing this, and it's not going to hurt just in life. So yeah, pretty happy with that. But yeah, look, that's the introduction. So look, if you're interested, please, you know, chuck a like up and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I can build up that 1,000 subscribers and get some view hours going. I'll keep adding content as I go, and I guess the first part of the content is probably going to be more documenting what I'm doing. It's nearly Christmas here now, so there won't be much happening until probably February, when the club will probably kick things into gear again, because it's pretty damn hot. And yeah, hopefully I can get a ride day in, and we'll do some video of that. But in the meantime, if I'm doing anything to the bike or any other opportunities come up, I've still got to put a tow bar on the car, and, you know, get a bike carrier and stuff. So that's moving forward. And yeah, look, I just appreciate any bit of support I can get. That would be great. And I would like to use any income from the channel to put into rebuilding a dirt bike, and, you know, be able to show what we're doing, and hopefully, you know, teach some people some things that they might not already know. I am sure there are untold professionals out there who know more than I do, way more than I do, who would turn around and say, oh, you shouldn't do it like this, you shouldn't do it like that. But as you can see here, like, we're in a garage in a house, we've got minimal tools. I think the most complicated thing I've got is a bench grinder. I've got a wheel truing stand. And this bike, this was the first time I've ever done a set of wheels, and that was pretty cool. But everything that I've been able to do it here. So I'll show you in those videos, I can show you how I do it, and there's shortcuts and what have you. But you know, it would be nice to have everything. We have got a toolbox, a bench, a grinder, a wheel stand, and one special tool. I'll show you it. I'll show you this really special tool. It's called an FBH, a fucking big hammer. And you tell me you need that. You fucking need that bastard, especially on an old bike. Yeah, sorry. Cool. See you in the next one.